NHL season stretches from October to June, September to June if you count the preseason. Every team plays 82 games, and there's a lot of stories we talk about, but there's also a lot of stories we don't. So here are some things that I don't think are getting enough attention, and some things that, aren't necessarily stories yet, but they might be. For example, the Columbus Blue Jackets fire their head coach. They hired John Tortorella. Oh my god, so much was made of that. I made a video, oh my god, if the Blue Jackets lost their mind and they have to give up a second-round pick to the Canucks for all this. Oh my god, how silly the Blue Jackets are. But can we talk about how in the 19 games since that firing, the Blue Jackets actually have a winning record? That's right, even though they're still technically last place in the Eastern Conference, John Tortorella's Blue Jackets are 10-9. Of course, they were 0-7 before that, so they got a bit of a hole to dig out of. But since a lot of us can't talk about John Tortorella fast enough, I'm amazed at how little attention this is getting. But anyway, that's Columbus. They fired their coach. No one else is going to, right? Wrong! Lots of coaches get the axe every single season, so who's next? Well, Mike Johnson in Pittsburgh is involved in this conversation a lot, which is weird because the Penguins aren't that bad. They're in a playoff spot right now. You know who's not in a playoff spot though, at least at the time I'm making this video? The Winnipeg Jets. I mean, they're playing the Leafs next, so anything's possible, but right now they're 3-7 in their last 10. After finally getting the Jets to the playoffs, is Paul Maurice in the hot seat? Not Paul Maurice? Okay, fine, that's fine, you're right, okay. How about Willie Desjardins though? The Canucks have 2 wins in their last 10 games. They are plummeting into the Earth's crust. So is it a coaching change? Is it another kind of shakeup? Is it both? And why doesn't anyone ever talk about the possibility of trading the Sedin twins? You're right, no, I'm sorry, you're right, I'm wrong for that, you're right. Okay, fine, enough about who's gonna get fired. No, okay, one more. How about the Anaheim Ducks? Remember when it was weird that they were bad? Like catastrophically bad? Well, now they're a much better team though, much better. Still pretty bad though. Functionally bad, I guess. Certainly not in a playoff spot right now. I wonder what's got to happen there. You know why a lot of people pick on the Ducks though, especially me? I had the Ducks going to the Stanley Cup final. That was my pick to come out of the West. That is why a lot of people pick on the Ducks. So why aren't more of us talking about the fact that Tampa Bay is not in a playoff spot right now? They're not far away from one, but they're not in one. And they haven't been for like a while now. This is a year they can't afford to have a down year. Because at the end of this season, a gentleman by the name of Steven Stamkos would like a new contract. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's nothing. I just wonder why more of us aren't talking about that. What about the Washington Capitals? We love talking about Alex Ovechkin. He's closing in on 500 goals. A lot of people have started giving Nicholas Backstrom his props. But why aren't we talking more about their leading scorer? Oh, you didn't know that Ovechkin and Backstrom aren't the Capitals' leading scorers? Oh, I mean, both those guys are doing good. They're doing very well. Not as good as Evgeny Kuznetsov, though. In fact, Kuznetsov is 6th in NHL scoring right now. Why aren't we talking about that? So let me ask you. You can put something in the comment box, comment section, tweet it at me. What story around the NHL isn't getting talked about enough? And you can't say John Scott leading the All-Star voting so far. I think we've got that covered.